So I'm probably going to sound like a bitter old man in today's video, but it's time we talk a little bit about it. Some of these AI song generators are pretty damn well scary, yet a lot of creators are embracing them as if they are some kind of miraculous thing. I don't feel that way. I'll tell you why. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, my name is Travis Mark. I'm the host of the Musician's Mentor podcast, and now this Musician's Mentor YouTube channel. Regardless whether you've been here before or are new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. So I kid you not, the last 3 to 5 weeks, I have received links to Suno generated songs almost daily. Some of these links are coming from my musician friends who I know can actually write and create original music. Some are coming from my part-time hobbyist kind of musician friends who also possibly have the ability to create, but thus far in the years that I've known many of them never have. Now that is not to say that they are not capable. Sometimes time and life gets in the way. Nonetheless, I'm getting these links, and I did ignorantly click on one or two, and I was pretty blown away because the last time I checked out any AI generated songs, there were elements, at least to my ear, that I could hear weren't real. For the longest time, it was the voice. There was a sort of synthetic processing happening with the voice. That seems to be slowly disappearing. And on some of the examples I got, I was actually blown away by the quality of these tracks. Now, I'll be the first to tell you I'm not a fan of these tracks. I think music should be created by musicians, even if those musicians are using certain plugins to enhance their performance, even if those musicians are using quantizing effects or maybe drum machines to stay better in time, if they're using loops or sample packs to help create. I'm okay with all of that as long as they are still the ones actually creating the art. My problem with AI song generating platforms like Suno is it's allowing anybody with an idea to prompt a system that then creates a song or variations of songs in next to no time. Now, while that might be beneficial on a personal level, or even from a writer's perspective who's just trying to get material out for their own peace of mind, but in my opinion, the truth of the matter is, if you are prompting an AI-generated platform to spit out ideas, you are not creating that song. Now, I'm going to get hate for that, I'm pretty sure. I'm okay with that because I spend time writing my songs, and I would much rather know that I've spent months creating a song than going around telling people I wrote a song that I didn't. So let's talk about some of the things on Suno that I'm assuming a lot of people don't actually realize. Okay, so I am going to go into Google here, and the very first thing I'm going to type is, does Suno own your ideas? And what comes up here, even on the AI overview, which again just shows how incorporated artificial intelligence is becoming. But here's the breakdown. Suno ownership of your ideas depends on your subscription plan. With a Pro or Premier plan, you own the songs you generate and have commercial rights. On the basic/free plan, Suno retains ownership, and you are limited to non-commercial personal use. You always retain ownership of original lyrics you provide. Now listen, there is a difference between writing a song and writing lyrics for a song. So let's say hypothetically you write lyrics and you put that prompt into Suno, asking it to do something for you. Then you can always take your lyrics back. That's basically what they're saying here. You can't use the song, at least not for more than personal use, but you will still retain ownership of the lyrics. They retain the rights. It says here on the free plan, Suno owns the generated audio, and it is for personal/non-commercial use. That means you cannot put it up on streaming sites and you cannot sell your song, which once again is probably for the best because you didn't write the damn song. Suno generated audio to lyrics or a prompt, therefore they can retain that. And here is the best part, which I don't think anyone really cares about, but that's possibly because they've never had to worry about copyright or license agreements. If you go to the license section here, usage license. Regardless of the plan, Suno retains a broad license to use your generated content to operate, improve, and market their services. So basically, even if you did come up with a good prompt/idea to put into their system, they can use all of that without any money given to you to improve and market their services. So they can essentially steal your ideas to broaden their ideas and their platform. The copyright note also says that while you may own rights to the song, 100% AI generated music may not qualify for copyright protection in some jurisdictions, such as the US. Where this becomes interesting is the fact that I've got friends in Nashville that have started to tell me that a lot of them are using Suno to get their demos to a certain point to try and get their songs placed or synced. If that is the case, there is going to be a world of hurt coming down. Once they get better licensing and rights in place for how all this AI generated stuff is going to work, songwriters and even these makeshift songwriters who are using platforms like this to hypothetically write material, they're not going to generate much money because Suno will still own certain copyrights. Now, I don't know how that all works because I'm not an expert in the copyright world. However, I can tell you, if you wrote a song humanly, even though there might be a chance of copyright laws coming up if things might seem infringed upon, you only have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about, oh, well, I only put a prompt in, I might only own this percentage. Suno or whatever platform of your choosing might still own more of it, etc., etc., etc. And it can be pretty terrifying because if you haven't taken the time to nurture your craft to create by yourself, and now you're going around telling everybody you're a songwriter because of platforms like this, you're going to be crushed if one of those songs get picked up and you've got nothing to show for it because you might have been on a free version or even one of the paid versions. But unless you're a superstar with superstar money, you're not going to have the same legal teams as these kinds of guys. I can almost guarantee it, because they've already got millions of users using this service and therefore are generating income daily and constantly improving on ideas that humans are putting in there. So again, I don't believe humans are writing their own songs using this platform, but a lot of the ideas are coming from human brains. So I'm not trying to sound paranoid here, but the gift of music is just that, it's a gift. So rather than trying to compete or write the new best A-list song because that's what's hot at the moment, stay true to yourself. Write music that touches you because it will touch others, and at least feel good about what you're creating. Putting a prompt in an AI-generated platform does not make you a songwriter. And I understand that maybe not everybody has the resources and time into the music that they want to create, and for them, resources like this are great if it is just for personal use. But if you're trying to forge a career and you've used this garbage to tell people that you've actually written those songs, I'm sorry, that's no better than straight up plagiarism to me, because these platforms are just stealing from human ideas. If you disagree, let me know below. If you do agree, let me know below. But I do unfortunately think this is going to get worse before it gets better. AI is not going to go away, but there's got to be better restrictions in place, because suddenly songwriters are losing their jobs, producers are losing their jobs, mastering engineers are losing their jobs, composers are losing their jobs. I get it, you need to adapt, you need to embrace. I'm not embracing this. I will sit and create tortuously if that's what is required, at least knowing that I did create. I hope you got something from this. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.